This segment of Packard Pokes At was made possible by patrons of the show and viewers like you. Please go to patreon.com/PackardPokesAt to help support the show. Thank you. That bastion of prognostication, Glenn Beck, is saying we're going to have a massive crisis, the worst evil the world has ever seen. Of course, we already have Rush Limbaugh, and Glenn Beck's already on the air, so I don't know how much more evil we can get. Oh, of course, we do also have a Brian Fucktard Fisher on the air, so those are pretty evil. I mean, just... We actually have a video of this, so let's go to that right now.
The arm of God is starting to move, and I'm sorry to say that I think massive crisis is coming our way. I don't know if it's related to Shemitah. I don't know when it will happen, but it will happen. And I think sooner rather than later, but a massive crisis is coming. There's something coming. But I want you to know that whatever that is, whenever that is, and whoever that is, I just want you to remember that I truly believe, man, there's times that I say things that I know are true, and this is one of them. 8/28 is more than a date. 8/28 is when we met in Washington, D.C., August 28th. 8/28 is more of a date. It's a lifestyle, but it is also a promise. Romans 8/28. Summary, no matter what happens, all of it is going to be for him. All of it will work into his plan. No matter how bad it gets, we should rest assured, as long as we're doing our part, it's all going to be good. He's going to take some of the worst things that we've ever seen in our lifetime, and quite honestly, some of the worst things that any human being has seen that's alive today. Now think about all those people who survived the Holocaust that are still living today. Worse things than anyone who is alive today has ever seen, we will see in the next 5 to 8 years. But understand, have great faith, because all of it will be to his good and glory. All of it will be used. There is no waste of anything with him.
What a pile of shit. Just to start off with, he said that the God arm is starting to move. I'm like, isn't God supposed to be like doing all kinds of stuff anyway? I mean, if he's out there, he's moving around, unless he's like doing this all thought stuff. And if he is doing it all thought stuff, why does he have to move it all? So he's basically just a stone statue at that point. Unless he's, masturbating, of course,
I thought God was invisible.
Apparently he is. Well, I imagine so is a sperm, too. If he has any.
Well, Mary sure didn't see him coming.
Yeah, certainly. and towards the end there, he's saying that, everything, all this bad stuff that's going to happen is going to be for God's glory. Well, then he throws in there the Holocaust. Oh, that was for God's glory? You fucking piece of shit. So if somebody dies between now and then or whatever, it's for God's glory. Fuck you. Joe, your thoughts?
Glenn Beck's been saying this stuff for years.
Yeah.
Like, literally years. Like, when he had a show on Fox with all the chalkboards, and he's running around writing things on the chalkboards because, the audience is too dumb to follow these complex conspiracy theories that he would put on the chalkboards. He would say, like, the end times are upon us, Jesus is coming back, da-da-da-da-da, China's going to take over, da-da-da-da. It was always some new evil thing in every conspiracy, and it was always about to happen. And years have gone by now. Mm-hmm. But it's still about to happen any minute now. So, I mean, it's... And
this one, he put in there, within the next 5 to 8 years. So this one gives him a little bit more time. So because people have this very short attention spans. So if something does happen between 5 to 8 years, he can say, I look everybody back. What I said 5 to 8 years ago, I said this. If nothing happens, shh, don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. Shh. It never happened. Shh. I never said that.
You see, the Jehovah's Witnesses gave themselves 70 years until the end of the world. And then when that time ran out, they were like, well, any day now. And then it turned into, until this generation that witnessed this year died out. And then it's like, well, whatever. When it happens, it happens.
Yeah. Dawkins' dog was commenting. He says, God's arm is moving. Maybe he's cracking off the second coming.
Yeah.
That's why Glenn's hair is white. I'm just saying. Kind of your thoughts.
I had to look up Shemitah. It's this thing that they've been talking about. They had a Jewish guy who basically had to, kind of backtrack on why because he was predicting something was going to happen. And it's the seventh year of the seventh year. It's 49. I know that 50 is year of Jubilee, where everything's supposed to revert back. I don't know. So there's some garbage.
That's Jubilee. That's the girl from X-Men, right?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, okay. Thought so. Yeah.
I love how he says that Romans 8:28 is a lifestyle now.
Yeah, he mentions Romans 8:28. Mm-hmm. I'm like, that's a lifestyle now? Okay, I guess we get rid of those tax breaks. It's a lifestyle, not a religion.
Yeah, well, it kind of points to this whole culture that Pentecostal, fundamentalists have built around persecution and how the persecution is coming, and this is just saying that your reward is in heaven and you're chosen, and it's just even if you look at the entire chapter of Romans 8, it's kind of like that. And I just love how he's reverse engineering that. They what was it? This conference was on August 28th. When you were talking in the meeting, we said, well, I bet they chose that date, and then they realized, oh wait, there's a verse, that we can prop this up at, because this is all about selling. Whether it's him selling his program, how he can fearmonger, or whether it's Jim Bakker's, version of TBN where he's selling prepackaged food and rations.
Oh yeah.
In case you want to eat your babies, it's just predicated on.
Well, they are good eating. Babies are delicious. Put a little rib sauce on them. They come out. Mwah.
Okay.
Gotten more into kittens lately.
Yeah, kittens just don't feed you. And you got to shave them all down. That's a lot of hair.
Scary.
Yeah, those are a lot of hair. I mean,
babies are the veal of human flesh.
Absolutely, they are. You keep them tied down; they don't move around. They stay nice and tender.
More of an appetizer, though, if you let them grow to be about. I was just warning my daughter today. I was just saying, babies, they're deceptive. They're cute. They smell nice, and then you leave them in bed with you.
Babies smell nice.
They suck the life out of you.
Baby, I've never had. Well, I've been around a lot of babies growing up, and not one of them ever smelled nice. I can tell you that right now.
That's what the cute looks are for. That's why atheists eat them. We're doing society a favor.
Right. Cart in the chat room went baby back ribs. So
my apologies to everybody. Oh goodness. This whole thing is just building upon an idea of fear, and fear is actually the real enemy. Fear is what sponsors hate.
Yeah.
Really, fear sometimes is very protective. It can be a good thing, but it can be just the worst thing. And it's why, for example, in Texas, that's why they, it wasn't just that he had had something that appeared to be a bomb. It was because he was a religion that they didn't agree with, and he had a different color skin. And that's what's really awful about this, is how Beck is mongering towards that.
Yeah. He said, quote, he is going to take some of the worst things that we have ever seen in our lifetime, and quite honestly, some of the worst things that human beings have ever seen alive today. You could be talking about fucking anything. Anything. Tomorrow, a volcano could explode somewhere, or an earthquake could unleash, and then, buildings topple on top of people.
Your favorite TV show could get canceled.
Oh my God! Don't say that. That would definitely that happens. Although goddamn end of the world. That is the end of the world, but the TV shows it keeps me entertained.
Joe, you had to go there.
Don't cancel my TV show. That's the worst thing about it.
You might have to reset your modem.
Oh, as long as I'm not printing to it.
Such a pain in the ass.
Don't take away Packard's porn.
Don't take away my porn, man. Go over to the neighbor's house. I completely forgot where I was going now. Thank you. And the thing is, it can be literally anything. And if it happens within the next 5 to 8 years, he's just going to point back at it and say, yeah, I predicted that. You didn't predict jack shit. You didn't predict jack shit. You made a broad statement. It's like, okay, a car somewhere right now is going to crash into a tree, and somebody's going to walk away from it. But on the other hand, someone else and another car that's going to crash into a guardrail, they're going to die. You know, that could be a very broad thing to say because accidents happen all the time, and those specific things happen all the time. But he doesn't want to get that specific. He says a bad thing's going to happen. Can you elaborate on that, please?
I'm thinking of a name that begins with a letter.
Yes. And that person is going to do something.
All of these people who are, these preachers and prophets and prophetesses really flaunt, even in the face of the Bible, which says that, if a prophet is not 100% accurate, you're supposed to stone them to death.
Yes.
100% accuracy.
He's never been accurate. He said that...
None of them have.
Yeah, exactly. He did say that Mitt Romney was going to win by a landslide. I'm looking around. I don't see a Mitt Romney presidency. Just saying. Actually, I've actually have a better track record than he does. Several weeks ago, we were talking about Kim Davis, and I said at our staff meeting, I said, I bet you, and this is before it actually happened, I said, because she was still in litigation with the courts, I said, if the courts turn her down, she's going to say, oh, well, I don't have to listen to them, I answer to a higher power. And that's exactly what she fucking did. She says, well, I answer to God. And that's exactly what she fucking did. You can go back and check on the archives, because I said it like several days before she did. So I actually predicted something where he did not.
I love the clip that David Smalley plays on his show of Glenn Beck saying, there was no Chinese stealth plane. We made that up.
Okay. I didn't see the clip, so I'm not referencing it.
No, there's a clip of Glenn Beck admitting that he made up a news story on Fox
Oh, really?
News.
I didn't. Wow, that's awesome. I'd love to.
Yeah,
I've got to find. I got to find that clip.
I've only ever heard the audio of it, but it's.
I'm gonna say we need that link.
To say the very least, we need that link. Torvian said, all these people that survived the Holocaust. Is he talking about the over 70? Is that or the 5% of the population? No, I should say that is only 5% of the population. Yeah, they survived that, but they're not going to survive any further much longer because that was 30 years ago now, 40 years ago, 50 years ago. I don't know. I don't tell time anymore. I just get up, go to work, get done, come home.
Well, you don't have a clock.
Yeah, I don't have a clock. I got to get someone to build me a clock and make sure it's not a bomb. Maybe I can have that little white boy build me a nuclear reactor.
There you go. A nuclear reactor clock.
A nuclear reactor clock.
That's okay.
That's okay, yes. I built this nuclear reactor. What can I power with it? This clock. Oh, okay, great. 70 years. Thank you, Tarvian. It's been 70 years since the end of World War II. Thank you for I love our chat room because they actually have answers where I just sit here kind of like flap my gums. Packard is nuclear powered. Thank you. I am. I sometimes blow my stack.
The clock is a trap, Karn.
Yes. He says, "Oh wait, that's only if you're Muslim."